Die-cut stickers are a staple of many artist stores, and they're really easy to make. But what if you could take it a step further and make them easy to peel? Well, there's actually a really easy way to add a simple border to die-cut stickers in Cricut. You don't need any special software. You can directly import your art right into Cricut and do it completely within the Cricut software. In fact, you don't even need to use the magic sticker function that Cricut has you pay for. And I'm going to show you how today. Okay, now we're over here in Cricut. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the sticker file that I want to use to cut and make a new page of stickers. So I'm going to pick my little skeleton panda over here, and I'm going to click and add him to the canvas. And of course, he's going to come in way bigger than he needs to be. And I think I'm going to set him so that he's about 2.25 size width. It'll be a little bit smaller because I've got kind of a border. I mean, the graphic within the border. But this sticker I already have set up with a white border. So if you have your stickers set up with a white border, this would be how you would do that. And it's fairly simple to do. You've got this sticker file. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click Offset. And you notice it's looking to try and create an offset. And I'm going to slide down to about 0.1 of an inch, roughly. I guess I'm OCD. There we go. I'm going to click Apply. And what that's done, as you'll see, is it's created an offset. If I hide the panda, there we go. So what that's done is this has essentially created a print and cut file that's going to be underneath my sticker. So since I don't want it to be black, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and set it to white. That way it doesn't print any color. And then I'll turn my skeleton panda back on. So I've got my little border, which is what's going to get cut out, plus my sticker on top of it. Now, because I have these set to kiss cut, the actual sticker portion, and then I want this offset to be more die cut where it's cut all the way around, I need to make a couple copies of it. So I'll make 2 more. And I do that so that when it goes to cut on the mat, it's going to actually try and cut each one of these shapes once. So it'll go around and cut around my sticker 3 times. So this kind of creates a die cut when I'm using my kiss cut settings, which will only be applied to this sticker. So they're all here, and what I need to do is just kind of select all of them, and then I'm going to align them to center, and then I'm going to click Attach. And this essentially creates my sticker. And what's really nice is that the print then cut in Cricut will try and organize the stickers onto a sheet so that it fits and kind of fills all of them. So I can really be like, I want multiple copies of this, so I can just kind of go make multiple copies with the duplicate button, and then I can click Make. And it's going to pop them all up here on the page. Now, it looks like it's a little bigger. I want to try and at least get 3 rows of stickers on this page. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm just going to back up a bit. So I'm only working with 1 sticker. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to set this so that it's a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. So I can just duplicate a few more times. And now, there we go. And now I have a full page of stickers that I'm going to then send to print and cut. And what I'll do is I will send it to the printer, and I will use my typical settings. I'll send it to my Epson pigment printer rather than my sublimation printer. I'll turn the bleed off because I don't want any. And then, of course, I always use system dialog so that I can control all of the settings and such. And then I will click Print. And then once it's printed, I will turn my Explore on, and we will go from there and get these cut. Now, this method also works if you need to create a border around a graphic before actually creating the additional die cut layer. And I will show you how to do that real quick. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to pull one of my designs that doesn't have a white border. So I'm going to pick Jigglypuff. I like her. So I'm going to bring Jigglypuff in. Jigglypuff, of course, comes in way bigger than Jigglypuff needs to be. So I'm just going to change the size on her real quick. All right, so I've got Jigglypuff. So Jigglypuff needs a little bit of a border because I don't, If I wanted to, and I wanted to have her be like a bleed sticker, I can actually use that method where I just created the one cut layer underneath, and it will cut that out, and it'll cut. And then if I go to click print, for instance, if I go to click make, and I were to click continue and print, I can leave the bleed on, and then it would cut, it would create a little bit of a bleed line, and then it would cut around that. You can also do this die cut method and put that additional layer underneath as a cut file, and it will die cut with a bleed. But in this case, I want to actually create a border around Jigglypuff because I don't want her to be have a bleed. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create an offset, and I'm going to set this offset to, I don't want it to be anything too big around her, just a little bit. All right, so that's my offset around the sticker, and I'm going to use that as white. So we've got this little offset border. That's what I want the sticker to be. So I'm going to select both the offset and Jigglypuff, and then I'm going to actually flatten these. And by flattening, this creates this print then cut method. So this is all one big print then cut. This is all one big image for print then cut. This additional white border on top of around Jigglypuff. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat this again. I'm going to create another offset. And this offset I'm going to set to be 0.1. This is my border for my little for the die cut. And then you're going to want to turn off weld offsets, and I'll show you why. If you leave it on and you click apply, it creates, and I hide this, it creates this border where it's got 2 additional layers, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's very strange. So what you can do instead is I'm going to undo, and I'm going to undo again. You want to turn weld offsets off, and then you've got these 2 print then cut files here, which you can then combine and unite into one print then cut that would go underneath. And then I'm going to set this to white. Okay. And then finally, and if you need to, and I'll show you so you can see it a little better in black. So this is that's the additional that's going to get cut away and create the border. Now you definitely want to turn this white or change this to white, because if you don't change this to white, this will actually print out in black. And I mean, everybody knows their Cricut can be off by a little bit, and so would probably show up. So I always recommend, just as in, save your ink, and as an additional little extra safety feature, make sure it's white. Even though you can't see it very well, it's there. And then you would click the 2 together and attach them, and now you have this sticker unit that you can then duplicate multiple times. And then when you go to make, they'll all line up on the paper however they need to be. And again, these are bigger than however many I can sit on this paper. So if I wanted to go back and adjust the size of them. I usually just go back to my first one. I know that it needs to be a little thinner. Maybe I'll go down to like this, and then I'll duplicate a bunch, and then I'll click make, and then yep, there we go. Now we suddenly have 9 on a page. And that is how you can turn any graphic into a sticker with a white border without having to use the sticker function that Cricut put behind a paywall, because they actually already kind of have it built in as long as you know what you're doing. My Skeleton Panda stickers should be done printing, so I am going to go grab those from the printer, and we will get those laminated and into the Cricut and go from there. peel die cut stickers. These are a great little addition for any shop. I hope this was a helpful tutorial for you guys. If you like content like this, please be sure to boop the like button down below, as well as hit the subscribe button and ring the bell if you want to know when I come out with more content. I also do various things like studio vlogs and live streams from time to time where we kind of just sort of react to, other crafting videos on YouTube, things about Etsy, or even tutorials that I like to play around with. So I know upcoming I'll be showing some things that I'm doing here in the studio, including making enamel pins, prepping for a festival that's coming up here on July 4th, as well as trying to create some new designs using 3D sculpting and possibly trying to add a really cool texture to them. So be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a good day. Bye!